Hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of our /JustNoMil. In today's episode, am I all mad I used ASL? MIL defeated. My mom embarrassed me at church, so I walked out and left her there. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Am I all mad I used ASL? So, 24F and I, 23F, have been dating since senior year of high school. We got married in 2018 and decided to adopt after we got married. We got married in February and started fostering a little girl in August. Daughter, D, is 5 years old and deaf. I'm also deaf and so learned sign language when we first started dating. I've been using cochlears for a while, but D has never used them and decided he doesn't want them. So, D and I went to MIL's house for a birthday party last week. I was signing to D as she wanted to talk. She's really shy, so she has only given MIL a soft smile and wave. I signed to D if she wanted any food and signed to So to go grab it for her. MIL didn't like the fact she wasn't included in the conversation and started yelling and freaking out. She was calling me and my daughter disrespectful and arrogant, telling my severely deaf daughter to just speak goddammit and be a normal kid. D started to cry as she knew MIL was mad but couldn't figure out why. I took her and left hoping So would follow. She did. My deafness has never been an issue to MIL as far as I know, but apparently me signing to my daughter is too far. She texted So later that night saying we were abusing my daughter for not letting her get cochlear implants. My daughter has said she doesn't want them. I'm not forcing her to do anything. We're fostering her in hopes of adopting her. She's a really sweet girl whose parents just couldn't take care of her properly. The mom was 15. I got a call from MIL saying how my daughter is a Rett **D and will never be full functioning in a hearing world. I talked to So, and I want to cut out MIL, but we don't know how we should go about it. Should we cut out all contact with that whole side of the family? So thinks that's the right idea, but SO's dad is a really nice man and I want him to be in D's life. Any advice? Edit. After talking to So and D, we've all agreed to cut contact with MIL. The rest of the family has yet to answer our text. We have made the decision to no longer expose D to MIL. If you still want to have contact with our family and D, you must be willing to learn even the bare minimum of sign language. MIL will not be addressed near D, and she will be blocked on any socials. If you do not agree with this, then we will cut contact with you as well. FIL is still going to be actively in her life as they have a special bond one refused to break. FIL has agreed to our terms and even suggested a restraining order so she can't mess with our adoption process. D is very happy, and as of right now, I haven't told her what MIL said about her. So and I agreed to just keep it at a grandma isn't a nice person, so we aren't seeing her anymore. Thank you everyone for your support, and if you were wondering, yes, my parents are very supportive of me and SO's marriage, and they love D to death. Protect you, daughter. Your MIL is a real special kind of just no talking that way about a deaf child. I would have given her a sign in response that is universally understood. That sign is officially called the Jersey Salute. It's in all the books. I would say a good way to go about it is to make a blanket rule that anyone who disrespects your daughter, calls her Rett **D, or in any other way refers to her as being lesser than someone who can hear will be promptly cut out of your lives, as you have no interest in having someone like that involved in your daughter's life. You're not actively calling her out on it, but you are basically setting it up so that if she puts a toe out of line, you can cut her off and she can't claim she was never warned. Just cut out your MIL if she's the offending party, and tell anyone on her side of the family that if they spend one breath trying to defend her / convince you to reconcile, then you'll cut them out too. That shit is way too messed up. If So wants to cut her family off, let her. No matter what, do not let MIL anywhere near your daughter. She has faced enough hardship already from being in the foster system. Don't let MIL add to that by degrading her for her deafness. MIL is a vile woman who does not deserve the privilege of having her daughter's family in her life. I never say this on here, but F***CK that woman. She called a child the R word for being deaf.
I'm angry.
Mil defeated. After almost a month so, D and I have lived relatively peacefully. Most of SO's part of the family can't see why MIL is being an ass to our family, so we are no longer talking to them. FIL is actually living with us during our quarantine to the delight of D. We got a restraining order filed on MIL under recommendation of our social worker. We told D why we aren't seeing MIL in the easiest way for a 5-year-old to understand. She's doing really great and is teaching FIL signs in a game-like way. She's taking quarantine pretty well. Happy mama and mommy get to spend the whole day with her as both our jobs got shut down. MIL gave FIL an ultimatum of either you stay with me or you go to the R******* dead family. He chose his kids, so has 2 older siblings, and they're divorcing when COVID-19 finally passes. So we won our battle. The rest of that side of our family think we're in the wrong, but FIL thinks we're right as well as my whole side of the family. My mom doesn't understand why I wouldn't implant D but respects our decision as well as D's wish to not be implanted. So all in all, MIL has been defeated. You are absolutely 100% in the right in your MIL, and the rest of the family are awful people. I'm so sorry you were cursed with them. You do right by that DD, and your FIL sounds like a top-notch dude. Thank you, Red Heart. Good for y'all. You all, except MIL, sound like awesome peeps. I worked with a nonverbal client who taught me some sign language. Learning the basics didn't seem that difficult to me, as I wanted to be able to communicate with my client appropriately. Using the R word to describe your daughter is just disgusting. I'm glad you got the RO on her, as any shit she tries to pull on you all will be met with serious consequences to her. Sending love, thoughts, and strength. My mom embarrassed me at church, so I walked out and left her there. Both my parents are African, but they migrated to the country I was born in and live in the early 90s. There's a massive population of people from our specific African country here, so there's a few Pentecostal churches from our country. I stopped attending my parents' church after high school. I just hated it, and I didn't believe in some of the practices going on there. I just didn't buy that everyone in church was speaking in tongues, or that some oil would heal sickness or cast away demons. I go to what my family refers to as a white church with DH. I love it. My nephew was getting baptized today at my mom's church, and my sister begged me to come watch, so I went. Everything was normal at first. Then the actual church service started. They did their demons and tongues thing, then their prayer request session, where you get up and tell the pastors and deacons your deepest desires or prayer requests, and they are granted like a genie. My mom got up and started going about grandchildren, and I just knew where this was going, so I started packing up my things. She started saying how I have a good life and mentioned my husband's job, the neighborhood I live in, to show how I have everything I could ever need but kids. As she was saying, my second youngest daughter doesn't have children yet, and the clock is running out. I was already making my way to the door. Did I mention the church live streams their services and uploads then on every social media platform? A woman crying in tears asking the pastor to open and bless her daughter's womb will definitely end up being posted. I sat in my car for a while because I was so furious I was shaking and seeing red. My plan for life is no secret. My mom knows I want children in my mid to late 30s. I've always said it since I was a kid. My mid-30s are a decade away. In fact, when my mom asked about kids on my wedding year anniversary 2 weeks ago, I told her no kids until I'm 35-ish, which my gyno, best in our province, said is all right. She asked why, and I said I want to travel to every country on my list without having to worry about a tiny human who depends on me for safety, etc. I want to experience marriage with just me and my husband, enjoy being a wife and dog mom for a while before adding kids to the mix. I can't believe she did that. Just because she was on her fourth child at my age doesn't mean that's what I want too. Now my sisters messaged me asking if I'm coming back for mom because the service is about to be over. I know what she did was out of line, but my car is already full so mom will have an uncomfortable journey with us, is what she's just sent me. I don't care. Presumably too late now, but I would have replied, as you say, she was out of line. So why would you think that she deserves to be comfortable? You were 100% right to walk out and leave. She FAFO, played stupid games, all that. How dare she put you on public blast like that? Under no circumstances should you apologize, and frankly I'd text her, after that public and online stunt you pulled today. Here you lay out your consequence of choice like going in C for the foreseeable future, putting off kids till you're 40, deciding against having kids at all, never darkening the door of her church again, etc. Whatever will be most effective in teaching her to stay in her lane and not disrespect you like that. Your mother is asking God to take away your free will and instead enforce her will upon your body. That is just so messed up. But my parents used to do that sort of stuff too. I used to get frustrated and ask mom that if she wanted to pray for me to pray that God grant me the best life or guide me down the best path, rather than praying for what she thought was best for me. Nope, mom, I can't come get you. I have wandering womb syndrome and I have to take the car and go find it, since it has been blessed by God now and might pop out babies randomly and frighten people. This is the funniest thing ever. I blocked her, but I feel like unblocking her just to say this. I've done that before. Just got up and left situations that just outright ticked me off. The Karen next door realized I won't stick about for it. You did the right thing as she was out of line so far, y'all can't see it. I am a male mid-20s and my mother kept remarking in public that my father already had 4 children by my age, wanting more grandchildren. This continued until we were in a group of people, some being from her church, at which time I informed her that I would give her all she wanted as long as she didn't mind having a bunch of bastards for grandchildren. She never mentioned it again. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.